Hi everybody, my name is Brandi and I'm here at Creative Jewelers, and today I just wanted to kind of do maybe a chatty little video, nothing too serious, and hopefully we can get this in one fell swoop so Taylor, who edits my videos, won't want to strangle me and bring my neck over making him edit a bunch of stuff out, because I'm not great at this. This is probably my second or third video at this point in time, and so still learning the ropes a little bit. But hopefully today we can do this pretty quick and it's not so incredibly difficult for him to edit. The thing I want to talk about today is just something that we get quite often, and most of the time it's the guys that are coming in buying engagement rings, or they have a ring that's been passed down through the family and maybe it's an heirloom, and they say, what about the band? I have no idea what to do about the band. And the thing that we always honestly tell them is, give her the ring first. I mean, unless you're getting married, like you plan on giving the ring and then, in a week or two running off and getting married, the band is typically not something that you have to worry about up front. That's something that usually you have a little bit of time to kind of get ideas and kind of play with, and think about kind of what you want and what you don't want, and styles you like and styles you don't like. And another reason we always tell people is just wait and see, is because there used to be rules. I mean, used to, you had your engagement ring, and typically I think it was kind of just maybe a plain gold or platinum wedding band that you shoved up against your ring. And nowadays, while you still do that and that's still a beautiful look, that's not what everybody always wants. And there's so many different shapes to rings and different metals, and people are mixing metals today, that it just can get overwhelming and confusing. So there are no rules, but I did want to show you maybe some ideas that you might want to think about if you're engaged and you have no idea which direction to go with your band, or maybe you're thinking about getting engaged and you kind of have a specific look in mind that you want. And if you're the guy, don't freak out, because there are no rules, and most of the time you just let her decide anyway. So take care of the engagement ring and let her kind of steer you in the direction that you want to go, or that she wants to go with her band that fits it. I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I've got a steam cleaner in there that's making racket. I have the air conditioner vent right above me. I have a door buzzer that rings when somebody walks in, and I'm pretty sure the phone will probably ring right in the middle of this. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize if the audio on this is not great, and if maybe at some point in time you hear buzzing or racket or rattling in the background, because that's what I have to deal with. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to show you is that a lot of times what we're seeing in wedding bands is or wedding sets is, you might have something that's, and I'm going to kind of try to show you guys the best way I can. You might have something kind of like this. Oh, it's not going to focus, is it? I can't do this right. So I can get this on my hand. So you might have something kind of, there we go. You might have something kind of like that. I think it's kind of blown out too with these lights. And it's curved. If you'll notice, it's kind of got that curve to it right here. And so a lot of times you think, okay, well, what's going to fit up against that? And so a lot of times when rings are made or rings come as a set, you'll have a band that will look like this. So it has that little notched out piece kind of right here to fit around the top of the setting. And when you finally get it on, I mean, this is no brand new information, but at the same time I did want to show you because I have a reason for this. When you get this on, it's going to fit completely flush with the ring. You see that a lot of times, and that's kind of the matching situation that's going on with rings a lot of times now, and has in the past. But what you'll also find is you'll come up with a ring like this, which you have the same situation with. Come on. Let's see if I can, there we go. You got the same situation. Nothing's going to fit up against it. And a lot of times what happens is, if you don't have the band made at the same time the ring is made, and maybe it doesn't come with the band, you struggle with, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? And what can we get to go maybe with it and fit up next against it? So luckily we have a system that's kind of like this, and I hope that it focuses. Let's see if I can pull back just a little bit. So what's really cool about this is all down here you have different curves, and then up here, and I'm going to pull it in just a little bit, you can see that there's different styles in the way that they set the diamonds in the band. What's great about that is when you do have a ring, like I just showed you, you can actually find the curve that fits it, and then you can choose how you want, your diamond set. So that's the plus on something like that. But then you have situations where people think, well, I don't really want it to fit, and I want to do something a little bit different. And they might choose something kind of like this. And there's several different designs that way, and there's several different ones that can stack and do all sorts of things. Quite often we have something like this. And although it's not completely common nowadays, it's more so than it used to be, to use gemstones as your engagement ring instead of a diamond. And if there is enough room right here, and I'm hoping it's showing up, there we go. Oh, it's not going to show. If there's enough room and it sets up high enough and it's flat, a lot of times you don't have that problem of trying to find a band that fits on either side. And so a lot of times what people want is they don't want just one band on one side. They want to get two matching bands, and one to go on one side. Come on, focus for me. One to go on one side and one to go on the other. So that's also another option, where bands are concerned. One of the newest trends that we've seen lately is and you just saw one of them pushed up next against one of the rings a second ago. Are these. They're stacking bands. Oh, I got one turned kind of goofy. They're stacking bands, but what's great is they don't necessarily match the band or the shank on the engagement ring. So you can play with it as much as you want. I mean, you can put any shape against it, any shape next to it. You can choose. You can mix your metals. You can do all kinds of, fun, crazy things with it. You can stack 2 or 3. So you can get different shapes, and you can stack several. Whoop. And that's what's fun about the whole situation, is that you then have maybe taken a simple solitaire that's beautiful, but just by adding and changing up the bands and how you want your bands to look, you've automatically customized and changed and made your set your very own. So, like I said, there's different metals you can use. So, some people like the mixed metal look, and they don't like for things to match. And that's okay too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then sometimes you've got situations where maybe you've got sapphires in a band. And so what do? How do you match that? Because that's just kind of, unless it's got the band that came with it to match the shank, it's kind of difficult to find something to match. But there's all kinds of ways that you can customize and change and switch it up and make it your own, and just play with it and have fun. It doesn't have to be serious. And like I said, there are no rules anymore. Kind of out the window with the rules. And so anything goes nowadays. If you want to add gemstones into your band, and you don't want to do just a plain diamond band, or you've got maybe you've got a bigger curve in your ring, and you want it to fit. I mean, that's for the curves and the bands, and then picking your diamonds and how you want them set. That's how that comes in. Everybody wants something different. And too, when you've got an heirloom, maybe a vintage antique ring, those are all shaped very different anyway. So, thank goodness we've kind of gotten to a point in time where nothing has to be perfect anymore, and nobody can kind of say this is how it has to be, because it doesn't. And I think that's kind of a positive and a great thing, because excuse me, jewelry is so personal too, that this way that you can actually customize and kind of make it your own, and you have kind of um, the creative license to I mean, I don't know, go hog wild with it maybe, but it's making it your own, and it's giving you something that you've designed, you've created, and you've set in a way that you thought of and maybe nobody else did. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was kind of short and sweet, but enough information and interesting enough that you guys liked it and enjoyed watching this video. Uh, if you liked it, please give us a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, or just comments. I mean, what do you guys think about stuff like that? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think things that are fit flush and kind of match the engagement ring that is more classic, and you think that's a better look? Or do you like kind of the new way that everybody's doing it, where, you know, kind of anything goes now? I don't know. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment below. We appreciate you guys so much for watching this, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.